The day I grow old, I want to say that when I was young, I had dreams. Dreams to make people smile. Dreams to jump, to scream, to fly. Dreams to be free. Dreams to change the world. But I don't want to look back and think about these as, well, as dreams. I'll talk about memories. The best memories. Because those make me smile. But I will not forget to tell the bad ones too. Because those made me learn a lot. I'll tell my kids that when I was 18, I traveled the world. How I left Barcelona and got a flight to Turkey to meet a friend I had never met before but for Facebook. How we did a road trip through California and ended up in a ship in Ensenada, Mexico. How after 1 week without seeing land, we finally sighted Hawaii between the early morning clouds. Maybe I'll tell how I sang in a Japanese karaoke with my friends from 5 different nationalities, with a mic in one hand and sake in the other. How I crossed the busiest intersection in the world, or experienced rush hour in Japanese metro, or how after eating my vegetarian burger in China, I realized it was made of chicken. How free I felt in Jiangsu biking around its mountains. How in Vietnam I overcame my fears and held a python, or how I spent Valentine's in an orphanage, giving and receiving the love they never felt. How I ended up in a Burmese local hospital on my own, with unsanitized injections in my veins, and how nothing happened after. Maybe I will be telling them these stories in India, or instead I will tell them how much, after visiting the country, I craved living there. I hope I can tell them that the 2 kids I had sponsored in that tiny little village in Kurnal have just graduated from university and achieved all their dreams. I'll share what I felt taking care of abused elephants, and maybe one day I will share with them how being surrounded by water during long days makes you think about yourself a lot. How I crossed the equator, how I cut the dependence line by cutting 27 centimeters of my parent, how something that simple for some people was a great deal for me. How I spent 8 hours in Mauritius and how that made me crave the island even more. And I cannot wait to tell them how much of a change meant those 8 days in South Africa. How in those days I saw the big 5 in Kruger, how I jumped from a plane, and how I continued to rebel by doing what I want with my skin and getting inked. I want to share with them how amazed I was by the fact that I walked in the oldest desert in the world, the Namib Desert. How I spent 2 months in Egypt eating koshari and falafels all day long, witnessed the most beautiful views my eyes had ever seen, and the most beautiful down-to-earth people my soul had ever felt, and yet it's the most punished country for things they haven't even done. How some people left my life but forgot to close the door, and that made the most gorgeous souls come in. And I'm so thankful for that. I really am. How I spent Christmas without my family presence, but with them in my mind and heart, because there's no distance for that. How much I learned in those 45 days in Indonesia, in Malaysia, in Sri Lanka, about life, about priorities, about everything. Because that's what's life about, right? About learning, about creating memories and leaving no one behind.